Attention, Real Madrid fans. Breaking news that could shake the club's future is arriving right now. Real Madrid has raised the asking price for one of its stars to an incredible €30 million, while a fierce backstage battle might bring one of the biggest controversies between the giants of Spanish football. And there's more. A young promising player from the team just passed the test of new coach Xabi Alonso and could be a key piece next season. Before we continue, make sure to hit like, subscribe to the channel, and turn on notifications so you don't miss any updates about the greatest club in the world. Let's start talking about Dani Ceballos. The midfielder, who has been seeking more minutes to secure his spot on Spain's national team for the 2026 World Cup, now faces a financial obstacle. According to the site Fichajes, Real Madrid has raised his asking price to €30 million, a value that has so far discouraged interested clubs. Ceballos, despite being fit and available during the recent Club World Cup campaign, is not a starter in Xabi Alonso's plans. Even with Eduardo Camavinga injured, the coach chose to rely on Luka Modric, who has already announced his departure from the club, indicating that Ceballos has yet to fully convince the coaching staff. Inside the club, Ceballos is seen positively, mainly for his leadership, passion, and understanding of the club, but football's reality is harsh. He needs playing time to prove his worth, and so far no concrete offer has appeared that satisfies both Real's valuation and the player's ambitions. If no significant proposal arises in the coming weeks, the trend is that he will stay and fight for a spot, even if he's not a key piece in the squad. The 2025-26 season will be decisive for Ceballos. Xabi Alonso wants to strengthen the midfield before the transfer window closes, but if no signings come, the midfielder will have the chance to compete for playing time. Every match could be an opportunity to prove he deserves to keep wearing the Real Madrid jersey. Now, moving to a topic involving the hottest rivalry in world football, Barcelona and Real Madrid. Joan Laporta, Barcelona's president, is worried. Recent reports say he fears Real Madrid will make an offer for Ronald Araujo, the Uruguayan defender who has attracted interest from Liverpool, which is reportedly willing to pay over €40 million to take him as a long-term replacement for Virgil van Dijk. Real Madrid, meanwhile, is in the market for a high-level centre-back. With Ibrahima Konate from Liverpool and William Saliba from Arsenal firmly on the radar, Xabi Alonso wants tactical flexibility for his team, being able to use either three central defenders or the traditional back four. Despite Madrid's attempts to advance negotiations with Konate and Saliba, both English clubs show no hurry to release their players, especially with Konate close to renewing his contract with Liverpool and Saliba expecting to extend his deal with Arsenal. In this complicated scenario, Barcelona fears Real may turn its attention to Araujo, a key player for the Catalans who recently renewed his contract until 2031. Laporta would even be willing to sell him but prefers the defender goes to a club other than Real Madrid to avoid a scandal like the one with Luis Figo in 2000, when the Portuguese switched from Barca to their archrivals, causing outrage among fans. Still, a direct transfer of Araujo to Real Madrid is considered very unlikely given the historical rivalry and the firm stance of both clubs. Also, the player himself would hardly accept such a controversial move that would place him in the middle of a storm between the fan bases. At Barcelona, the official message is clear. Araujo is valued, renewed his contract, and the coaching staff, led by Deco, wants to maintain the team's strong spirit, avoiding the exit of important players that could destabilize the squad. Vice President Rafa Yuste also stated they are very happy with the defender and the entire current squad. Meanwhile, Real Madrid is also experiencing important movements. Rodrigo, one of the attack stars, is being watched by Premier League clubs like Tottenham and Liverpool, although his departure is not yet confirmed. Additionally, the club maintains interest in other Arsenal stars, and Manchester City coach Pep Guardiola remains keen on Real talents despite a failed attempt last summer. To finish, a positive highlight inside Real Madrid, Arda Güler, a young Turkish midfielder, caught Xabi Alonso's attention during the Club World Cup campaign. Despite the harsh 4-0 loss to PSG in the semi-final, Güler shined on the field, showing not only technical quality but also tactical maturity and the ability to adapt to a new role, deeper in midfield with greater defensive responsibility. Xabi Alonso, who has great experience in the position, was impressed by the Turk's performance and believes he can be a fundamental piece for the team next season. After a difficult start to last season marked by injuries and limited opportunities, Güler begins pre-season with renewed morale and the coach's confidence. This bet on Arda Güler is a good sign for Real Madrid, especially considering that Rodrigo might be leaving. The youth and versatility of the Turk bring a new dynamic to the midfield. Besides the points already mentioned about Dani Ceballos, It's worth emphasizing that his situation represents a classic modern football scenario where the combination of club financial interests and the player's ambitions do not always align. Ceballos, once a Real Madrid academy prospect, is now at a decisive moment in his career. He knows he needs to play regularly to become a key player again, not only at the club but also in the Spanish national team, which increasingly demands consistent performance and presence in major competitions. Real Madrid's decision to raise his price to €30 million can be seen as a strategy to protect the player's value and avoid letting him go for less than the club considers fair. However, this strategy can have a side effect, pushing potential suitors away, causing the midfielder to become stuck in the squad, risking even less playing time. Under Xabi Alonso's management, Real Madrid has undergone tactical and squad reshaping. The Spanish coach, one of the greatest midfielders in football history, bets on players who not only have technique but also tactical intelligence and defensive commitment. In this sense, the choice not to start Ceballos even with Camavinga absent may indicate the coach seeks a different midfield profile, prioritizing versatility and performance in both phases of the game. Regarding the search for a high-level centre-back, attempts to sign Ibrahima Konate and William Saliba show Real Madrid's intention to strengthen the defense to ensure stability and tactical flexibility. However, the strong resistance of the English clubs and the interest of other European giants make the transfer window more complicated than expected. Against this background, Ronald Araujo's name has gained strength again, mainly due to Barcelona's fear of losing him to Liverpool or, worse, Real Madrid. The historic rivalry between Barca and Madrid is one of the most intense in world football, and a direct transfer between these clubs could have a huge impact, not only sports-wise but also emotionally for fans and in the market. However, it is important to highlight that direct transfers between the two rivals are rare and almost always accompanied by much controversy. The case of Luis Figo in 2000 is still remembered as one of the most controversial moments in Spanish football history, and both Laporta and Florentino Perez know how delicate this can be. Still, Araujo leaving Barcelona is not ruled out medium-term, especially if offers arise that satisfy the financial interests of both the Catalan club and the player himself. The 2025-26 season will be decisive for the defender, who needs to regain his best form and show his full potential to secure a bright future, whether at Barcelona, Madrid, or another big European club. Back to Real Madrid, Rodrygo's situation also deserves attention. With interest from Tottenham and Liverpool, the young forward may be heading toward a major career change, opening space for new talents in the real attack. In this regard, the bet on Arda Güler emerges as a promising alternative for midfield creativity. Güler's development under Xabi Alonso reinforces the idea that the coach wants to build a team with adaptable players who can perform in different tactical systems and surprise opponents. The Turkish midfielder, who has already shown his quality and intelligence on the field, could be one of the revelations of the next season, helping Real Madrid maintain its level of excellence and compete on equal terms with the world's biggest clubs. For Madrid fans, these movements indicate a period of transition, with challenges but also great opportunities. The need to balance experience and youth, as well as to adjust financial values and sporting goals, will be crucial for success in the 2025-26 season. Now we want to hear from you, fan. How do you see Dani Ceballos' future at Real Madrid? Could Ronald Araujo really cause a turnaround in Spanish football by moving from Barcelona to Real? And what are your expectations for Arda Güler under Xabi Alonso's command? Leave your opinion in the comments, like the video, and share it so more Madridistas stay updated. Thank you very much for staying with us until now. Don't forget to activate the notification bell to receive all the freshest club news. Until the next video, and as always, Hala Madrid!